Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Andrew, and I'm on the call. I'm on the phone about 5 days a week with about 6 to 8 people per day, talking about this retreat, asking people's intentions, finding out what they want to get out of this experience, and helping people get connected with this profound experience at the retreat. And in these conversations, I get a lot of questions about the experience, and my aim in these videos is to answer a lot of those questions so you can really get clarity before you even consider coming to a retreat, and so you can really know what it's going to look like, what the right mindset is to go into this thing with, and what results you can expect through going through this process. And so I'm going to make a bunch of videos about these topics. But today I want to answer the most important question that everyone asks, and it's the number one question I get asked, and the question is, will this work for me, right? And this question, I mean, there's no obviously like single pointed answer because everyone's coming with different conditions and wants a different transformation in their life coming to this experience. And so how I answer this is really three ways. One, let's look at your condition and let's look at the science behind this. And science behind like treatment-resistant depression, science behind treating anxiety with this. It's over 60% success over 5 years. So 60% of people get a long-term change and transformation in their life, and 80% get a 6-month transformation of reducing those symptoms and getting back to a better place of well-being, inner peace, crystal clear clarity in their life, the things that they were seeking for these treatments. And this is without the robust support of a retreat and with aftercare and those other things. This is just the Johns Hopkins studies. And so when you look at that situation, I'm like, let's go to the science first. And a lot of times people have seen the science, and of course, science is still developing and always will be developing on this. And so the second thing I usually go to are, what are the direct experiences that people that have been in the exact same spot as you had going through this retreat experience. And so I talk about on these phone calls a lot of the direct experiences that our clients have had that have gone through breaking addiction, that have overcome anxiety, overcome stress, overcome depression, overcome PTSD, overcome chronic PTSD, overcome suicidal ideation, overcome fear of death, and we're able to break free and stop taking medication, doing other things that they really wanted to do, and they had success at this retreat. And so number two, the second thing is just really referring these incredible testimonials of people that are just like me. Like, a little backstory, I'm sure you guys have probably heard this. If you haven't, like, I originally came to this retreat on a whim. I answered an Instagram ad, and it was super serendipitous. Like, I was literally driving through Mexico at the time, answered an ad, went through this process, and I had basically over 10 years dropped over hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to fix anxiety and bouts of depression in my life, and used pharmaceuticals and everything else. I threw the entire kitchen sink, the house, the backyard, and the neighbor's house in their kitchen sink as well at this thing. And I literally was kind of like, I was giving up in my life. I was just trying to focus on other things and, just kind of moving forward. And in that time, that's when I answered this Instagram ad, went through this process, and within 3 weeks, like, these things have melted away, and I'm on a new track in life. And I mean, this is remarkable for me. This is like beyond scientific measurement. Like, I cannot tell you, I can just share my story of like how dismal my life was before, you know what I'm saying? And like how much of an upswing I got from going through this experience. I mean, it's so inspiring that I wanted to jump on board and bring this to hundreds of thousands of other people that I know are suffering with the same things, the same similar problems that I had in my life that I wasn't able to resolve. I went to the best hospitals. I literally went to studies for 30 days, worked with probably over 15 psychotherapists directly that were not able to solve my problem, and of course the answer is always within. And with these treatments, I was able to go within, find the answer, pull that thing out, and then live a rock star life, get back to living how I wanted to live. And this is, just a remembrance of my experience, and I've seen this same thing happen for so many other people. And so I tell these stories about like the breakthroughs and the potential amount of change that can happen when you do more than scratch the surface, when you do more than medicate a symptom, when you do more than just revisit the same memory, the same past experience, the same in the same way that you imagine something, when you go deeper in a psilocybin or in a psychedelic experience, you're able to connect and you're able to transform on that deeper level. And you come out pointed in a new direction with a new perspective and a new reality as a reflection of that perspective. And that's the gift of life. I mean, that is the gift of life. Everyone deserves that in this world. If I could wave a magic wand and make this free, make this available, and make this just show up on everyone's doorstep like Amazon, I would do it in a second. And I've talked about this since day one of going through this treatment. I'm like, man, what would happen if everyone in this world just went through the same thing I just went through? What would this place look like? What would this world look like? Like, what a cool question. That's a mind-blowing question to me, because like that was so profound that I know that peace on earth would be like a couple months away. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at a couple months for peace on earth. Like, if people went through that experience, that transformational journey that I've seen so many people go through at this experience. And so, you know, that's on the way. We're gonna have to chunk it down and get peace on earth maybe in 5 or 6 years. You guys down for that? You on board? All right, let's do it. And so number 3, the third thing is, you know, beyond the science, beyond the testimonials and the proof of like other people's experience, is, you know, what is that person's drive? Right? What is that person's motivation? Right? And that's probably one of the biggest questions, because someone who really wants to transform will always ultimately find that truth that they're looking for, because there's nothing really standing in the way. It's our journey of overcoming what we do see and what we don't see in order to get that gift of that realization, that truth, that inner peace, that well-being that we're searching for. That person's will and that person's drive will always bring them to that truth. And I think we find people that have reached that level where they're truly ready to find it. And I think that's what this retreat is like. We've just had a tremendous amount of success with people that have like wanted it and are ready for that change. And so that's one of the biggest things. If you really want it for yourself, if that motivation is there, and my job is to disqualify people that aren't in it for the right reasons, because we are a medical treatment facility at the end of the day, and we take transformations extremely serious. And if you've seen our website, if you've seen all the success stories, we're very results focused. And so we have a professional medical team, we have psychotherapists, we have psychologists, we have an entire staff here to support this journey, create a safe and controlled environment to go through this wonderful process, and an incredible integration program to make sure everyone's taken care of as far as the entire journey, this experience, and can realize that transformation. And that's really what it takes. You know, that's really what it takes. And I kind of joke around, because I went through a number of retreats and, you know, a number of shaman, a number of things before I even came to this retreat for myself personally. And I like never got this experience. I never had this end result. And, you know, my explanation around that, because like I'm always like trying to understand and reverse engineer things, is, well, you know, it's like when you build something, you have to have a certain level of sophistication in order to have this success, in order to build this success. If something was solvable and it was that simple, it wouldn't be a mass problem. Like, everyone could just pop a couple mushrooms and then just have their problem resolved. And unfortunately, that's not what's happening. It's not how this works. And, you know, if this is how it works, all my problems would have been solved when I was 25 years old, and I did mushrooms with my friends and went on a hike through the woods. This is my personal story, you know? And, yeah, it's not how it happens. It needs a complete, you know, program to really reprogram the mind. You know, it's the preparation, it's the execution, it's the care, it's the right questions, it's coming to the right answers. It's this level of sophistication that really gets the end result. And, you know, hopefully we can, you know, make this sophisticated process more efficient, you know, as time, I know we will, more efficient as time, you know, continues forward. We'll find the best ways and better ways to do this, and we'll always be getting better. I mean, that's our mission. And it's super important mission, because like this level of happiness and joy, I mean, I don't think depression and anxiety is going to be here in a couple generations, because we have this wonderful technology of psilocybin, these wonderful technologies of these other treatments, these other plant medicines and animal medicines. And I think we're just at the beginning stage of understanding their potency and their potential to change lives and to permanently shift people into, you know, their natural state of well-being and that state of presence and that connection with their self that they're seeking. And so I wanted to make this quick quick video to, in a roundabout way, answer that question of will this work for me? And at the end of the day, most people, this is the best bet at getting this transformation, because this is science-backed. It's so much more effective than, when I look at like the addiction treatments, because we have a lot of people come down to treat alcohol addiction and also other addictions. We've had like 3 people just recently hop on board that wanted to quit smoking. And just for cigarettes and just for nicotine, it's 80% effective. It's over 83% effective by that study in 2017, 18, 19 that Johns Hopkins did and at smoking cessation. And then 6 months, like long-term effects with these clients as well. And this is just with 1 or 2 treatments without significant follow-up. Just like, compared to I think the results for AA, AA is 7% success rate. And a typical rehab center, over all the averages of all the rehab centers, the success rate is 16%. And this is for obviously quitting alcohol. And every single client that we've had come down that was sober, we're obviously not a rehab facility, we're a treatment facility for addiction, not for like handling withdrawals and things along those lines. And so, for the clients that have come down and had success with weaning off of alcohol, weaning off whatever the addiction was, we have had 100% success rate with these guys. And they've taken off for minimum 90 days after treatment, without any drinks, without anything, without, anything that they wanted to quit from taking. And this is just remarkable as far as the numbers. For me, this is just like my mind is still blown about these things, because I'm still new to this technology. I'm still new to this, like how effective this is. And I think almost everybody is. I think almost all of us are kind of dumbfounded by like the potential of what this is, because I talk to people all the time and they're like, I know this isn't going to be like the magic wand. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. There's going to be work after you get back home. You're going to have to change your diet. You're going to have to change your, exercise routine. You have to change your perspective, and maybe change what you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe start doing hobbies, maybe go out more, maybe, have better communication with your partner. Whatever problems you're looking to fix, your life is going to change, and it will take effort after you get back home. But the effort will come from a natural place, right? This is why motivation is such, motivation and energy level are such consistent results for after the retreat. And I hear this from everybody. It's like, I've even had clients tell me that, like, dude, they have no control. They have to express. They have to, go to the gym 5 times a week. They have to do these things because it's like how their brain is working now, right? And they're like, they can't stop that flow. It's like the energy continues to recycle and continues to build momentum in your life of, the habits and the things and the changes you make. And it comes from such a natural place. It's not coming from like let me use my willpower to overcome this big obstacle. It's like the obstacle is no longer there, and the energy flows into the positive habit, and you start to repeat a positive life, and this ingrains in your mind, and you start to believe that all the things that you wanted are possible, and you continue this momentum, and this compounds and continues to compound. And this is what we see with these types of treatments. And so, we do have clients that come back down like every quarter or every year, and that's to be expected, but they're coming down for the next level in their transformation. Say they've quit the addiction, they're ready to move forward professionally, they're ready to move forward and maybe attract a new relationship, or ready to move forward and just, see what's on the other side. There's an incredible amount of, what people call spiritual transformation, or just like it's also like an identity transformation. It's just letting go of your past self and upgrading to like the higher version of yourself. Whatever words make the most sense there. It's kind of hard to generalize all these different transformations people come for, but that's the end result. And that's just a fantastic, way to look at these treatments, is seeing that potential and seeing how much is out there and seeing all the proof and all the results that other people are getting, and just getting excited about like making more of these changes in society, in the world, and for yourself, because this works for so many people, and we have had so much success with this. And so we're looking to just share the good news and share all these incredible testimonials and incredible experiences, so people can see with their own eyes what is possible and what is realistic to go through in this process. And so I'll stop talking there. And much love to you guys. And it was great sharing this with you today. Talk soon.